Hey everyone, back again. Welcome back to another video review. This time, everyone, we are finally going to be taking a look at a much anticipated video once again. And that is, we are finally going to take a look at the Transformers EarthSpark Season 2. Wow. It was awesome. It was crazy. Holy shit. And yeah, so pretty much, oh yeah, before I continue, if you haven't seen the episodes yet, there's going to be major spoilers, so don't want to get into, if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, now's your opportunity just to pause the video and watch Season 2. So like I've done in the previous seasons and such, yeah, so pretty much we'll start with episode 1, Aftermath. Basically, this takes place 1 year after the end of Mandroid. Yeah, so he pretty much dies from his injuries sustained at the end of season 1. So we never see him, but his little contraption tower thingy's still there. And we pretty much learn in the first episode of season 2, we pretty much, Autobots and Decepticons are back to fighting each other. Like, Ghost has been disbanded fully. And pretty much we find out that in the aftermath of Season 1, the Ember Stone, all of its remains are scattered across the world. So pretty much, the Autobots and Terrans, they unite once again to, they pretty much find all the Ember Stones across the world. Except 2. And the first one ends up creating a Chaos Terran named Aftermath, who turns into a tow truck. And pretty much he's pretty much like a badass tow mater, or a badass battle trap from Rise of the Beasts. And he pretty much it even has a fusion cannon. Like, holy shit. Holy fuck. So that's where it's interesting. And in the process, Hashtag gets severely injured in the battle with Aftermath, and they retreat, and pretty much she's repaired, and all's well that ends well. In the second episode, in Ruins, this is interesting. Pretty much, it's Mo, and it's Mo and Thrash. They go and explore a cave, and pretty much after going through Indiana Jones style booby traps, spike pits, shooting arrows from both sides of the wall. Literally, one of them shoves out the ass of Thrash, literally, it's pretty much, anyway. They come across, unknowingly to Mo, a Quintesson ship containing a Quintesson executioner. And I'll explain how that particular executioner got there and vice versa. Essentially, Mo and Thrash bring it back to the Maltos house, but the Quintesson executioner is low on energon. But after siphoning the energy from the energon sleeve from Mo, the executioner gets full power-ups, but also claims and sends a dire warning to Mo, saying, you'll pay for betraying. It's basically. I'm going to explain further as we go along, but pretty much, it's Mo, like, feels that, not Mo, but the executioner feels, he's like, oh, you violated cyber attorney law, yada yada yada. I'm like, what the, anyway. So it gets really out of control and crazy. But by the end of it, Mo is able to trick the executioner, shove him back into the very shuttle, minus his arm because it gets cleaned up by the doors, and he's jettisoned back into space. So there's that. In Control Alt Delete, no joke, the episode's called Control Alt Delete. We find out that the ghost vans, the ghost vans that were used now that the ghost has been disbanded, the ghost base has been repurposed into a new Autobot base. However, the vans Optimus Prime states are going to be repurposed. What they are, we never find out. It's probably just some target practice or drones or whatnot. It's then that Hashtag realizes she needs to find an upgraded alternate mode. And while deleting the hard drives from Ghost, sending it to the recycle bin, Starscream has Shockwave and the Seekers go on a mission to get an important hard drive from Agent Croft containing vital information. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about Aftermath. He and Breakdown have a bit of sibling rivalry, and yeah, it's kind of hilarious and very original, I must say. But there's more to it. I'm going to get to it. But going back to this, Hashtag, after being, hunted down by Shockwave multiple times and various other obstacles, like, in the heat of the moment, she finds her alternate mode, her new alternate mode, and it's a upgraded pickup truck instead of the ghost van while in a car wash. Nearly deceiving Shockwave. Pretty much, it's pretty hilarious. Hashtag absolutely beats the shit out of Shockwave, and it's like, holy God, you are amazing, Hashtag. You are on my team. While Hashtag is able to preserve all the drives, Shockwave is able to obtain the information from Agent Croft's hard drive, just by scanning it. So it's quite interesting and quite crazy. It really is. Shockwave really had a defining moment in that episode. He really did. Because of course Starscream has assumed control of the Decepticons, or what's left of them, even though, Shockwave raises a point of, we should go back to Cybertron, but I'm going to get to that. The butterfly effect, that's the next episode. So pretty much it centers around a carnival that's actually its final year of service. We find out that later on that we find out part of the attractions are under a partnership with Swindle and Maestro. That's his name, Maestro the Magician, who has a good chunk of the Ember Stones in his collection, but also has I'll get to that in a minute, but also has another spooky surprise. And no, it's not a Decepticon. The Terrans and Mo, Twitch, and Thrash, I believe, yeah. They pretty much, while they deal with Maestro, Robbie actually meets up with Isabel, or Izzy. And they get to know each other, and we see that Robbie has a love interest on Izzy, even though he's attempting to deny it. And it's so funny how every time that it's so amazing, it's so awesome and cute how after Robbie and Izzy are just having boyfriend girlfriend time and such, it's like Mo and the other and Twitch and Thrash have these funny. It's just it's hilarious. It really is. But they almost lose the battle. Maestro actually, he uses, and he's a magician. He pretty much, what he does is he transform locks Twitch and Thrash and has them in their collection. But Mo's able to break out of the little shield barrier and free them 5 minutes later. Free Bill Terrence. They, now of course, they go into what appears to be a normal ride, a normal amusement park ride. And pretty much what happens is this. Like, the ride escapes. It escapes. Maestro tries to take control of it. We see that he has a transform lock device on the Autobot. We find out that, of course, it's Cosmos, who's been transform locked for a good long time. They free Cosmos, and they end up getting the Ember Stone, and Agent Croft, who's a part of the amusement for some unknown reason, we never find out how he got there in the first place, he arrests Maestro, but he escapes using his magic. And we never see him again. Like, it's like, oh my god, where the hell could he have been? Yeah, so many unanswered questions with that. We'll get to that. So that was quite a funny, and Togetherness. This is a funny episode. So pretty much, during the previous episode, we see that Robbie, Mo, Twitch, and Thrash, they have a mystical combined power-up. They turn into a hover spaceship, and it's through togethered emotion. Thrash has let I think it's Thrash. I think it's Thrash. I could be wrong. Sorry. Oh man, I'll just say this. I'm very impressed with how the season turned out. I really am. And it's impressive. Really is. My apologies. I'm just in the whirlwind of happiness. In a way. I'm a whirlwind of happiness of and whatnot, and I'm just like, yes! Whee! Okay. So, okay, where did you go? Sorry, it was not Thrash, it was Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker gets left behind because he's trying to catch up. He comes across Aftermath, who crashes off the side of a road, and he's about to drink the poisonous energon. But we find out it's the same energy source that corrupts a bear, or possesses a bear, and it was like weird energy. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it takes the energy, and it materializes into multiple factions, because we see the energy taking control of a mushroom, attacking a squirrel, attacking a deer, attacking a bird, a bunch of wildlife. We see the Jawbreaker and Aftermath, despite Aftermath's pleas to stop and leave me alone kind of thing, they end up merging as one, which is crazy and amazing. And it works so well at the end, because of course teamwork's what counts. And it really kind of, And it really rips Jawbreaker off really bad at the end. I'm going to get to that. So what happens is this. They pretty much... They unify as one. They turn into this amazing alternate mode, which is like an upgraded tow truck. And it's creepy how we see both Jawbreaker and Aftermath's like heads just sticking out. Like, what the fuck? And then Jawbreaker's tail is the tow truck hook. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god. And they pretty much destroy those monsters. And then, of course, Aftermath, you know, because he's low in energy. I'm going to talk about the Chaos Terrans in a bit, but they go to the cave, and sorry, it keeps confusing the Terrans. Jawbreaker tells Aftermath, take all the reservoir you want. He comes back just after he tells, like, you know, everyone else the whole situation. After he tells, you know, the parents, after he tells everyone, great, but then they go back to the cave, it's drained of nothing. So in other words, Aftermath took all of the cave's energy back to Decepticon headquarters. And Jawbreaker, like, absolutely is kicking himself in the exhaust, because he really, like... And this actually plays pivotal in the following couple episodes. I'm going to get to that here in a minute. So, in episode Spitfire, we see that Twitch is testing out some new 2.0 drones that Wheeljack has made. During an encounter with Soundwave, during a thunderstorm of all things, we see that that Twitch has discovered another shard of the Ember Stone. After a brief battle with Laserbeak, we see that it morphs into another Chaos Terran named Spitfire. And pretty much, you know, much like the prior episode, which I think Twitch didn't get the memo from Jawbreaker. It's kind of cool. It's really cool with this and whatnot. But basically, Spitfire is, you know, welcomed neutrally into the Malto family. At the same time, Optimus Prime, you know, and Megatron, they tell Twitch that, congratulations, you're going to be a part of the next upcoming Autobot mission. And Twitch is excited, but hang on now. Spitfire insists she should be a part of it. There's only one spot. They decide, oh, let's do a gladiatorial combat thing. But it's not what Optimus thinks it is. It's basically an obstacle course. And Alex partakes in it! It's so funny. It's like, he's like, Alex Malto, transform! And he changes wardrobe 5 minutes later. It's so funny. Like, holy shit, this is amazing. Ooh, it's so fun. I can't even stop laughing. It's too good. I love it. It's so funny. The other Terrans also partake because, well, they have to. And pretty much, holy shit. It's so funny because pretty much in the first obstacle, the first 5 minutes, Jawbreaker is eliminated, and then I think it's Thrash that gets Thrash's next. Then Nightshade is knocked up, and then he helps Alex, you know, to the next obstacle and shit. Mo, Robbie, and Hashtag they too get eliminated hilariously and whatnot. But then it gets down to Spitfire and Twitch, and you know, it comes to a head. Like, you know, because Twitch is doing so well, she is about to win the race, but then Spitfire, because of her her self-confidentness, actually, like, risks the life of Alex, and he almost dies. But then, this is like a Cars moment. It feels like a moment from Cars. Like at the end scene when Lightning McQueen is about to win the race, but then the King, Strip Weathers, crashes because of an intentional wreck by Chick Hicks. That kind of thing. So, here's what happens. Twitch goes back, saves Alex, and ends up getting the position to go on the Autobot mission, much to the fury of Spitfire. They fight in the sky, and by the end of it, like, everything's pretty much they clash, tornado clash, and then Spitfire pulls off a bit of a Deus Ex Machina sort of thing. I'll explain as we go to the next one, called The Imposters. And actually, The Imposters episode, funny enough, is based off the Transformers animated episode, Where Is Thy Sting? And it has a similar plot. Basically, what happens is this. In the aftermath of the previous episode, Twitch gets, damaged, but she acts all crazy and such. And then, acts a little, Spitfire, meanwhile, she's trying to understand, but we all know, but in the aftermath, what happens is this. Spitfire uses a power-up, touching, pretty much, placing their hands on the top of Twitch, and pretty much switching bodies, basically. In a way, or switching minds. Not bodies, mind, body, that kind of thing. But they switch minds, basically. Which is, again, this is, because it's similar, because in Where's I Sting, or Transformers Animated, Bumblebee almost gets framed by a wasp. That kind of thing. But back to this. So pretty much, throughout the episode, Robbie almost was convinced, and then it's almost like, who's the real boss? I am! That kind of thing. Well, I'm certain that's going to be a parody using that, joke. Who's the real boss? I am! That kind of thing. Don't let this imposter fool you! Oh man, that would have been sick. That would have been amazing if they would have done a Toy Story reference. I think that would have been just perfect. Anyway, so pretty much, what happens is this. There's an artifact that they've been safeguarding for so long. The cyber staff, I think it's called, or whatever. It's basically like a staff. Under Wheeljack's care, basically. Basically, as Spitfire using Twitch's body and such, essentially, thanks to the chaos, the chaos energy from the Ember Stone, is able to steal the staff and pretty much defeat Wheeljack. I think. I don't know. Anyway, so pretty much and once everything's cleared up, basically, once Robbie figures out the whole situation, Twitch and Spitfire pretty much, they duke it out. The Decepticons figure it out on their end, and I really like how Aftermath's reaction was so hilarious. Anywho, essentially, in a nutshell, they pretty much fight, and in the explosion, their minds return to their normal bodies, basically, and by the end of it, everything's resolved, and no hard feelings. It was very, oh man, it was one of those mind, it wasn't body mind swap sort of things. It wasn't like the already 2015 episode where it was pretty much all 4 Autobots swapped bodies, and it was like, oh my god, that was, I still find it to this day the most hilarious Transformers episode I've ever seen from the Aligned Continuity, where they, anyway, so where was I? Oh yes, and then Dude, Where's My Trailer? So basically, it's pretty much basic plot. Optimus is, needs to get an updated photo shoot. His trailer needs to be included. Robbie and Hashtag volunteered to get the trailer cleaned. However, it is stolen multiple times by Aftermath, who has it on the train tracks, about to hit the train. Swindle and I think it's Swindle and Hardtop, I think it is, that essentially, in a nutshell, they bloody, they're almost gonna, shove it down a crevasse. The Seekers almost steal it. They beat it up in a junkyard, and then pretty much quick repair work and invading the Decepticons later. All's good that's end good, and they get the photo shoot in the end, so it's pretty good. And then comes the 2-part finale. Witwicky Part 1 and Witwicky Part 2. So pretty much in all of this, they celebrate because they get all the Emberstone pieces, except the ones that Starscream and the Decepticons have in the base. Because remember, in the first episode of Season 2, they almost do it, but then, again, Robbie has no choice but to, give up the Emberstone. However, later on in the episode, it is revealed, thanks to, and of course part of the subplot is that Mo has to get the history assignment done before the next day, otherwise he's going to fail the class. She and Hashtag go back to the same location where they found the Quintesson Executioner. In the midst of it, Aftermath and Spitfire, they test out the staff, and it's revealed all this time there is a Titan in Witwicky named Terratronus, who throughout this entire time with Quintus Prime and such, they're one and the same. Fighting off the Quintessons, and the whole reason why the Quintesson Execution wants Mo, wanted Mo's, Mo, like, executed and such, is because, because the Quintessons felt that, Quintus betrayed them and such, but of course they weren't worthy of the power of Quintus Prime. Terratronus, over time, just pretty much lay dormant over years and years and years. And pretty much, because of Spitfire's relations, episodes prior, she's able to sneak into the Autobot base, take out Thrash, and is able to steal the rest of the Emberstones. They go to the Decepticon base, the Autobots do. They are ambushed, and using the power of the Emberstones, they are pretty much frozen like statues. Of course, Robbie's in the same position. It has either you give the Emberstones, or Alex is Robbie's father gets terminated on sight. And Shockwave, believes that they should go back to Cybertron because they, Earth is uninhabitable, yada yada yada, all that jazz. However, once Starscream gets into the main spark chamber of Terratronus, Starscream infects Terratronus with the corrupt Emberstone, not before taking the remaining 2 shards out of Aftermath and Spitfire, pretty much killing them both. Which is unfortunate. I really felt that Aftermath had a redemption arc somewhere. I felt it. I really felt it. He made it clear to Jawbreaker that, he pretty much he told it outright to both Jawbreaker and Spitfire about, oh no, and that. about the Decepticons, the differences in the morales between the Decepticons and the Autobots respectively. It's like, holy shit, it's amazing! I'm like, oh wow. It's like, okay, sorry. Anyway, so essentially, what was I gonna say? Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, we after Starscream pretty much gets all the Emberstone and such, Terratronus is pretty much terrorizing the town of Witwicky, just breaking out of her, like, you know, infinite, like, stasis after so long. It's Thrash, Hashtag, Robbie, and Mo. The only four that are left. They pretty much unite the power of their cyber sleeves. Like, they pretty much, you know, just like they kind of did at the end of Season 1, they unite their cyber sleeves together, and they break, you know, the corruption off the Emberstone. Pretty much to the dismay of Starscream. The Decepticons, you know, they're trying to escape, but they're caught in the shield, because they create a shield protecting Witwicky, also freezing Terratronus. And pretty much, you know, unfortunately at the end, the Emberstone, despite trying to revert it, it's pretty much disintegrated on its own. And it's realized by Robbie that at this point, a sign was made clear they do not need the Emberstone anymore because they've learned to rely on themselves using the power of Quintus Prime. And pretty much at the end of it, you know, everything returns to normal, the Autobots are free from their stasis, and that's pretty much it. That we just pretty much see you know, Mo completes her history report, we believe, and that's the end of Season 2 at this point, and whatnot. So yes, all in all, it was a very interesting season. I think there's so many rumors at the time of this recording that this is the final season. I truly believe that there is an unsolved... There are so many unfinished storylines with that, and I'm going to get to them. Mainly, couple. I'm just going to get right off the bat when I get to it, but I really think the Chaos Terrans were amazing. Like, Aftermath, you know, little gruff around the edges, you know, super reliant on Energon. I think part of it has to do with his alternate mode, because he has a tow truck, gas guzzler, you know, Energon guzzler, so probably that's probably the reason why, he pretty much has those energy drinks with him. Or maybe it's come to my attention, maybe, and it's not said outright in the episode, but what if potentially that Aftermath has, you know, he might have, you know, much, because of course, because most people, most humans, use, like, relies on, basically, how should I word this correctly? Basically, like, some people need certain, foods or drinks to keep, keep them going. Like, for health reasons. So, because we didn't get a good look at the truck driver in EarthSpark, because all we saw was, like, do the Wilhelm scream and then just vanish into nothing. But I could sense that Aftermath was trying to, play by the rules until the time was right. I mean, I could see the utter, like, sheer pain, as he was being offlined. With Spitfire, oh my god, you could just, like, I think she was a badass. What she did with Twitch was kind of almost a cardinal sin, almost getting away with it, you know, switching bodies and minds and such. I mean, yes, it's been done before, but still, the sheer terror on her face was like, oh my god. Like, it's like, Starscream, like, being a badass as always is amazing. Like, he's such an amazing badass. Like, it's almost like, it's hilarious. And the funny thing is, once he gets the power of the Ember Stone, it creates a sleeve, much like it did to, you know, Robbie and Mo. But a different sort of cyber sleeve in a way. But anyway. So, there's that. Okay, so, what else? Shockwave, you know, having second doubts, I really think we're going to see, you know, him eventually regretting his decisions with the Decepticons and, you know, putting an end to this. We've seen the Quintessons in Terratronus' flashback. I'm curious to see if we're going to see them again. The Magnifico there, the Magician there, I think he's gone into hiding after being, you know, found out by the Autobots and such. So it's hard to say where he is. He might still have Swindle's phone number somewhere. I have no fucking idea. Let's see. I mean, I like that hashtag was able to, you know, multiple things. First of all, referencing, you know, her conversation with Starscream at the end of season 1. I really just, I thought that Starscream, you know, kind of had a change of heart. I could, but here's the thing. Hashtag was amazing. She really was. I really liked her outgoingness and such. I really like her new alternate mode was sick. Really was. No offense to her old alternate mode, was pretty amazing. I would not be surprised if Twitch upgrades to like a 2.0 sort of drone like Spitfire did. Or maybe with 3.5 it'd be amazing. Thrash, it's hard to say. But I really love the comedy banter between the, you know, with since when was Alex allowed to be a part of an Autobot mission tryout? I understand he's a fanboy, but I would not be surprised if we see like a Rise of the Beast sort of thing, where he has to morph into an Autobot like Noah Diaz did with Mirage, you know, because of what Scourge did to Mirage. Oh man, that's gonna be amazing. The Rise of the Beast sequel, but that's another story. But anyway, all in all, season 2 of Rise of the Beast was pretty good. It really was awesome. It really was. I really enjoyed, as I said, I enjoyed the Chaos Terrans. I love seeing Agent Croft. Even though he didn't have a speaking role, it was pretty awesome to see him again. It was amazing. I really am hoping we see more of Robbie and Izzy growing as a eventual married couple would be amazing. As for Mo was pretty. I mean, I understand and I agree with Dorothy. Of course, that's the mother of Robbie and Mo. I do agree that homework and saving the world is equally important. Not one stands above all else and such. But aside from that, it was a very damn good episode. A damn good season. Will there be more episodes? Hard to say. If this is the end, I don't know. But if it's the end, I think we're going to see some fan continuation of this. But if it isn't, I am eager to see what will take place. Because we never saw what happened to Starscream at the end of it. All we see of him is Starscream just screaming in defeat. We see the other Decepticons trapped. We see Terratronus like pretty much stopped, like just paused by the shield. So hopefully, Terratronus is able to awaken and pretty much... And we do actually see Quintus Prime in some form or of another, just like we did in Season 1. The comedy with Optimus Prime and his I love the fact that Optimus's trailer was centric on the episode. I don't think we've ever seen that before. I mean, yeah, surely we've seen, off screen and then into battle, or, in Dark of the Moon, it becomes a big pivotal part. It dies, the start of the Battle of Chicago. And then it was pretty big at the start of Transformers Prime, and then it never got much big after he upgraded into his Beast Hunter's body look. But yeah, I liked how Megatron, pretty much, I really hope we see Megatron absolutely do the honorable thing and terminate Starscream, for his troubles. I'd love to see Prime and Megatron just combine, or such. It'd just be fantastic. I wouldn't be surprised if we see combiners in the next one, or even, I don't know, if we see, Tarantulas. That's another Cybertron we haven't seen him since Nightshade got his alternate mode from the cemetery. Where he's in the wind. Where could he have gone? I don't know. But all in all, Season 2 of EarthSpark was awesome. It was truly fucking amazing. I would highly recommend checking this out if you can find it. You won't be disappointed by it one bit. Well, it's amazing and incredible. It's awesome and amazing. And truly fantastic in many ways, I want to say the least. And honestly, each of the Terrans had their own individual roles, which are so amazing. Twitch is no doubt the leader. She's awesome. She is... truly epic in many ways. Anyway, so basically, as I said, you'll love Season 2. Highly recommended. You won't be disappointed by it. It's amazing, incredible, and truly awesome to say the least. So anyways, guys, that is my video review of the Transformers EarthSpark Season 2. To be continued, potentially. Anyways, so, I'll see you all very soon. I'll be back as soon as possible in the next video, and yes. So take everyone, see you doing good day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!